Aries, welcome to your horoscope of 2018. It's quite an eventful year, in fact, far more eventful than 2017 was. We have two major planets that are moving this year. We already have Jupiter that has moved its position and it moved towards the end of 2017. And we also have mighty Saturn that moved from Sagittarius to Capricorn towards end of 2017 as well. Now Saturn, for you, it's going to be there in your house of work, career, reputation, how it is that you want the world to perceive you. And for a lot of you, for the last 2.5 years, Saturn has made you explore, work hard, crystallize, and hopefully come to a conclusion as to what is it that you really want to do about work. There could have been a lot of up and down. There could have been a lot of there could have been a sense of not knowing where you're going. There could have been a sense of being in a job where you're just sort of doing it so that the bills can get paid. Starting 2018, as soon as Saturn leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn, we also have Pluto that has been there in Capricorn for the last couple of years, and it carries on being there for the next couple of years as well. Now Pluto is the god of underworld and he's the ruler of Scorpio, and as per Greek mythology, the corresponding god was Hades, and he likes to get all underneath the stuff. He's not happy just sitting on the surface and saying, okay, you can do your work and let's move on from here. And Pluto also represents transformation, and it wants you to get below the surface, and it is associated with rebirth, with regeneration, and it represents endings and new beginnings as well as spiritual growth and rebirth. Now, negative expression of a Pluto energy can be a desire for excessive control, power, and general destructiveness. Now, these two planets that are going to be there in your house of career for the next 2.5 years, they really speak about restructuring your work, your career. They are asking you to that if something has not been working and if it's differently. But this year, you are being asked, because Pluto is not going to let you rest. Pluto is not going to let you get away with your restlessness and say that it's all right, I can deal with it and I don't need to be, not just, I think, causing chaos, but the tiredness as well of starting from the scratch and just feeling that who wants to get into it. Pluto will make you dig deeper as to what is it that you really want to do as far as your work is concerned, and there could be some kind of dissatisfaction or unhappiness as far as when your reputation is concerned, and you would want at this point of time, with Pluto coming in and with Saturn being over there, the sense of that responsibility towards your own self, that I cannot really go on for whatever number of years that I have left in life or even in my career space to just go on with the mundaneness. It's that much shorter window I have, and I need to get out there and try. So try and because it's all about restructuring, it's about regeneration, it's about regrowth, renewal. Try and see, first of all, don't let fear come into place, Aries, and say, that I can fail, or this is not something that I've tried and tested, or I'm too old to be trying new things, or the market is too competitive. It will always be like this. It has been like this for the longest. It's just that the dissatisfaction that you have, whether it is with yourself or with your work, or how it is that you want the world to sort of perceive you. And I think even more than that, even the kind of money you want to earn for yourself, that is going to be happening with some amount of risk taking. And of course, I'm not saying that just chuck up your job and don't worry about, whether you have any backing, or there's absolutely no financial backing for you. So, but this year, and for the next 2.5 years, Pluto and Saturn are going to push you. They're going to make you look at things in a more deeper way. On another note, people who are in established businesses, or who are doing quite well at their workplace, this is a time also to be maybe deepening your own skill set. It's a time to be learning more. It's time to be understanding your work at a more deeper level. And it may require more work, because Saturn is there, and Saturn is all about hard work. You may get a sense of that earlier, maybe something I could just do it, or I could get approvals earlier in just about a day or 2 days. Now I have to wait like 2 months, 3 months, and these are the challenges which Saturn brings about. And Saturn normally comes and shines its light on a part of a chart where we require work. So this is your house of work. Here is a house where you're being asked to put in a lot of work and effort. On January 31st, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in Leo, and this is there in your house of it's there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. So this is a time where it is speaking about maybe something is coming to a project is coming to an end. Maybe a child is graduating or is finishing a project. Maybe there's just, for some of you, it could simply mean that even a love affair or a love relationship is coming to an end, and it really won't come as all of a sudden. It could simply be that it's been there in the pipeline and you've been thinking about it for the longest, and it just sort of comes up. On the 15th February, we have a solar eclipse that is there in your house of groups of people, and this is also the house which you share with people who share similar passions, have similar goals, and this is opening up a window for you. It's a brilliant time. Mid-Feb is a great time to be getting out, networking, meeting like-minded people, seeing how you can collaborate, seeing what wisdom that you can get from them. Maybe some lead comes through it, and you have to really push yourself in mid-February to be getting out and really be visible and not sort of take a back seat. On the May 16th, we have the mighty, or rather I should say he's a wild boy of astrology, Uranus, and he's moving from your sign Aries and it's moving into Taurus in your house of earned income. So very interesting. We have Uranus, that is it's all about unpredictability, it's about chaos, it's about even inspiration, excitement, dynamic energy, but never steady. And this is there in your earned income. And then we have Saturn and Pluto that are there in your house of your work and career. So both the houses with both the planets which are really fairly powerful. So money is quite sort of lit up and quite important for you for the next 2.5 years. Of course, Uranus carries on to be there for a much more longer time than Saturn would. But this is going to, and it's going to be, because this house is earned income, it could mean your own ability to generate money. It could fluctuate. That means you could be doing multiple things. A lot of you could be freelancing, you could be dabbling with things, you could be moonlighting. For some of you, and the money could be erratic. It could just come in spurts. At times you'll just have a lot of money, and at times you could be just wondering, okay, what's happened? Where's the money? Where's the action? Nothing is happening, but very exciting, because the Uranian energy is a very, very dynamic energy, and also it's very inspiring. So it could inspire you to maybe start up something of your own, or maybe have do multiple projects or be associated with multiple projects which get you money. Around the end of the June, around the 26th and till about 27th of August, we have Mars that is retrograde in your house of friendships, and this is quite a rare occurrence. It doesn't happen that often. So all surgeries to be avoided between end of June to end of August. Also, it's a time to be having a look at people who really claim to be your friends. So if there are some promises that are being given out to you, be careful, or sort of don't depend too much. It's a time not to be depending really on people. And also it's a time, I would say, to be really seeing as to who are the people who stand by you, and who are the really people with whom you can form a friendship and a business partnership bond. On July 12th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of home. That's a house of Cancer. It's a house of your mother. And this speaks about a new opportunity. Maybe it could be a new addition to the family. Maybe some of you get a pet. It could also mean a staff coming in. In certain cases, it can be that you're just renewing your house lease, or you're renovating your house, or you are in the process of maybe buying a new house or moving into a new place. On August 27th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of friendships, and this again is highlighting something which is coming to an end. Maybe maybe a group project is coming to an end. Maybe it is almost like moving away from a circuit of friends whom you sort of feel you no longer connect with, and there's just too much of useless chatter that is there. And on the August 11th, we have a solar eclipse again, and this is there in your house of love, romance and creativity. So when we began the year towards end of Jan, we had a lunar eclipse that was there in the same house, and in August now we have a new moon that is there. That means an opportunity to maybe heal some wounds with children, especially with older children, a time to be spending some time with your children. It's also a time wherein that you will be starting a creative project. An opportunity may come by wherein you could really love doing this project and really enjoy. It could be like a pet project, and this is around mid-August. First week of October to about mid of November, we have Venus that is retrograde, and first it's initially retrograde in your house of joint finances, resources, and then it moves on to your house of relationship. So very important thing, between October and mid-November, not a time to be getting married, not a time to be starting or even doing any cosmetic changes, redoing your wardrobe, buying something really beautiful. Also avoid investing money during this time. It's normally during a Venus retrograde, because she also rules along with love, romance and beauty and sex, also money. Venus is also very, very important for money. So try and sort of rethink if something that you have been thinking about buying or investing into. And because this is specifically highlighting your house of relationships, not a great time to be getting married. And also I would say that don't commit too much in a relationship during this time. You could just sort of have to bite back your words or swallow it. Around the 8th of November, we have Jupiter, and it's moving to Sagittarius, and it's moving in your house of expansiveness, and it's moving in your house of travel and dealing with spirituality and people from different cultures and ethnicities. And Jupiter is then towards the end of November is going to be there for a year in that specific house for you. And Jupiter for you now for 2018 till about November 8th is there in your house of joint finances and power struggles. So you may find things being exaggerated unnecessarily. You may feel that there's in certain cases it can be that your partner's income gets increased, and your partner gets some kind of either accolade or acknowledgement, and which could come in a form of either a salary hike or even an inheritance in certain cases. But with this, be careful about your personal exchanges, personal power struggles, who gets what on the table, and sort of try and balance that, and don't let your personal egos get into the way. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. It's like I said, it's quite an eventful and far more exciting in a good way than 2017 was. It's a year specifically for you where I would say that money and work is really, really focused, and all you need to be doing is that stay true to yourself. Just introspect, spend some time with yourself and see what is it that you really want to do, and then roll up your sleeves and just get to work. I'll see you again soon next month, and thank you so much for watching.